No problem. Does she need it by a certain time? Okay. Okay. Should be. Well, I'm reposting a pretty funny video. You should check it out. A cute little kitty. A cute little kitty playing with the tennis ball. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Christian and Satine have now consented to be together,
Mm-hmm.
but while both...
Everything is like that on Facebook. Facebook's kind of bullshit. Like, it's popular and everyone uses it, so it's handy, but it's kind of bullshit.
I'm going to go ahead and make a quick statement about this so that people will...
Babe, is it okay if I call it a night? Okay, I'm kind of tired and I hurt a little bit. Okay, love you, baby.
Welcome to
I'll talk to you
Confused
tomorrow.
Matthew.
Sweet dreams, baby. I love you. Night night. Bye-bye, babe.
It's not literally that nothing is happening. It's extraneous things are...
I know there were several other examples of little...
His reviews will get you further than the film will ever go.
You know his words will get you farther than the film will ever go. Give him a moment of your time, he'll tell you what's wrong with the show. He knows what's good, what's bad, what's really bad. His face is just a sign. Say hello to the confused half you. Gonzali, let me get every single response that I'm going to get for this review out of the way right now. Oh, you just don't get it. Shigor is a metaphor for death. Llewellyn demonstrates that death is inescapable and how you can't run from it. And Tommy Lee Jones demonstrates that things aren't like they used to be and how the world has changed so much and he can't keep up with it. Bullshit! This movie is about nothing. It has no plot. It has no story. It has no characters. This is not a film. So let's get right to it. I don't want to spend any more time than I already need to on this stupid, empty, pointless, brainless, endless, retard, plotting, unforgivable, douchey, bullshit, cock-infested, useless, moronic, arbitrary, pointless, autopilot, waste of time, abortion of a film. The so-called movie opens with a narration by Tommy Lee Jones about how he has been a sheriff since he was in his 20s. He reminisces on the times where lawmen didn't even wear a gun when they were on the job, and how the crimes we see today are mind-boggling to him. He just can't understand the kind of violence and cruelty we see in the world today. Who gives a shit? And the reason I say that isn't because the character is necessarily wrong about that, but because he has absolutely no insight to offer into that phenomenon, which is one of the biggest problems in the whole film. See, usually a character will talk about an issue because he has something to add to the issue or because he has some personal take on it. All Tommy Lee Jones will ever do in this movie is occasionally interrupt other events to talk about those events and conclude, well, things ain't what they used to be. Who gives a shit? Write characters, then make them talk about that. Now let's talk about the characters for a minute. There aren't any. And I don't mean that like the characters are thin or underdeveloped. There literally aren't any. Each and every empty vessel in this film could just as easily be played by the other. They are all completely interchangeable because there is no character that these people are playing. I would say that you could replace them all with Ben Stein, but even that would imply some kind of a performance. No. These people could literally be played by no one. This characterless douchebag may as well be a disembodied bag of money, and this characterless douchebag may as well be a disembodied gun chasing after it for 5 hours. So after Jones's pointless narration, we cut to our killer character, Anton Chigurh, who immediately murders one of his captors and then murders some guy on the road with an air gun. Of all the serial killers I have ever seen in films, this one is the least threatening, least menacing, least able to make you care killer of all time. See, once again, usually when people write killers in their screenplays, they try to give them some kind of psychology or insight into what they do. And to be fair, a few scenes with Anton approach something like that, but there is no consistency in it. Sometimes he'll give people a chance by flipping a coin, and sometimes he'll just be bored and kill people. The problem with this is that when you make a character this underwritten, poorly thought out, and random, then even the methodical stuff seems random. This guy is more like a tornado, destroying one life and leaving another untouched on a whim.